Welcome everybody to the Sunset Wrestling Podcast show for all wrestling, everything wrestling. I gotta stop talking so fast. Killing this Jersey Mike's. What's up, Soto? What's up, big dog?
What's up? How's it going, bro?
I go a lot. Shout out to Jersey Mike's. I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're seeing this podcast, can we get like 5% off on the? I got a super sub. I got number 5 regular, right?
Yeah.
With the oil and vinegar and all the quote unquote Mike's Way stuff. And
okay.
I got a bag of chips with it too. And this is their French vanilla soda, vanilla cream soda.
Okay.
Ooh, yo, man, this is just what you need when you talk about wrestling. That's all I gotta say. It's a must.
Hey, listen, whatever floats your boat, man. but you know what though? I will back you up. The Jersey Mike's is good.
When you need something in a bind, you're like, yeah, I want a good sandwich. But you don't want to make a sandwich. You ask your mama, get the, what do you want? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's handles business. That's enough free promo for them for the day because, yeah, come see us. Come talk to us. We want to have a conversation about some wrestling and subs. Sounds about right. So everything good though, Soto? How's your week going?
Bro, it's going. I mean, my birthday weekend
That's right.
Came and went.
It was last Friday.
Yeah, yo. It was good. It was good. Just spending time with the family and everything like that.
My mom did say you had that the photo you put up with you and your parents was a epic photo.
Oh yeah.
So she wanted to let you know about that. Like, yeah, it was a great photo.
Yeah. But yeah, no, man. I mean, I'm just again blessed to see 32, and I know a certain someone is on his way.
Yes, in exactly 4 hours and 56 minutes and counting.
Okay,
so you are. I'm the bigger person, but you are older than me by a week. Exactly a week. So who's counting up the time?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me step to the side from my elder here and let's get this episode started, shall we?
Yeah. So all right. So let's start with SmackDown, right? In which we saw the return of Ilja Dragunov. And
I was shocked. So I was really shocked seeing how much of a pop it was to see him. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot he was even wrestling or he was like part of the company. He's been gone for so long.
I mean, I think it took a lot of people by surprise because it's like we knew that it was like on its way, right? We just didn't know when it was going to happen, right? And I love the little swerve. Obviously, Sami Zayn hosting the open challenge week in, week out, right? And it was first answered by The Miz, only for him to be taken out by Carmelo. And then, all of a sudden, once he takes out The Miz, we hear Dragunov's theme music, and he returns.
I was like, "This is who I think it is."
Yeah,
I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a really, really cool moment. Seeing him return. Obviously, he's been out since October of last year with a torn ACL. And, now here's my question, though. Mind you, they had an incredible match. No complaints. I mean, it was unbelievable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the right call? Just to have Ilja return, and on his first night of his return, boom, he claims gold.
So I want to answer your question with a question.
Okay.
Did you think that Dragunov was deserving of a belt before he got hurt?
Absolutely.
Okay. So to that, I now answer the question. I answer your question with: did you think that Sami Zayn was U.S. Open Challenge? Was U.S. champion material? Is he meant for the mid-card?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sami Zayn. Yeah, I think Sami Zayn did a great job. I mean, his reign lasted less than 2 months, fine. But the fact is, he again, he tried to add value to that United States Championship, in which he made 6 successful defenses, right? Unfortunately,
a fighting champion too, not to mention.
Yeah. So, and I think right before, Dragunov got injured, I think he was on his way to feud with Gunther. Now, obviously, that's where Dragunov injured. He tore his ACL in a live event, and I think back then, last year, I think he was on pace to become the new IC champion. Obviously, injury happened, and plans changed. So now upon his return, a new look Dragunov, right? New neck tattoo and whatnot. And we saw the finish. He hit the torpedo Moscow on Zayn, followed by the H bomb, and yes, Solo did distract Zayn during the match. However, I mean, listen, this is now it's I don't know. I feel like I think it's deserving. I'm going to say that. I know other fans were like, wait, there was no build-up. No, it just happened out of the blue. Like, this makes no sense. Like, Solo was next in line to feud with Zayn and blah, blah, blah. In comes Dragunov, and then all of a sudden he becomes champion. Like, I get that, but I think Dragunov is well-deserving. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward, because it's like, last week Nakamura didn't lose his championship opportunity. Solo interfered, causing the DQ. Solo already has his intentions after the championship, right? Then Dragunov wins the championship, and I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn wants to regain the championship. So,
right. It was just interesting to see how it planned out, because you have Dragunov had motion, then he gets hurt, right? So now Sami Zayn was involved in the picture, the quote unquote main event scene, upper mid card, however you want to break it down, anywhere but winning the world title. And then he falls off, he goes back to the mid card. Well, I mean, I guess US title is the low card, I guess. But
right.
he made it great. He made it great. So now if he's off to do something different, off to a different venture in life or in wrestling, then you know where he's gonna go. And now it's probably gonna be for the IC, or moving forward to a heavyweight championship bout, because we'll get to it when we talk about Raw, but the beat down that was Seth Rollins. So now it's open season for everybody going forward. So.
Right. No, and I like it. I think it's something fresh. It's something new. It was something unexpected. Obviously the unexpected return of Dragunov. Right. The twist is that he, off of his return, he becomes champion. And if you really look at the last 2 episodes of Friday Night SmackDown, it's been incredible. Just in terms of storytelling, and I think we've seen a tremendous improvement from the show. So
they needed to, because of ESPN.
Yeah.
So far so good, or so far so great.
Yeah. Let's continue with more things that happen on SmackDown, and that's Jacob Fatu being written off TV.
So is he actually hurt, or is it just
okay? So when it was first reported that he was going to be written off, or I think that he was going to be out, a lot of people started getting worried. So according to reports, is that he's going to have a dental procedure, and that he's not going to miss a whole lot of time. So we'll be seeing him soon. Thank God, But yeah, fans were starting to get worried because obviously with dirt sheets reporting left and right. At first it was he was going to be out an extensive period of time. Now it's just okay, it's just I'm not going to say simple, but it's just a dental procedure, and that
do you really believe the dirt sheets though?
I mean, it depends on their credibility. That's all it goes. Like, listen, I know like some people are right, some people are wrong. If you're consistently right, then you gain credibility. If you are wrong a lot, then people will, see you different. So, I mean,
Right.
that's why people, there's, a whole section of people who believe Dave Meltzer. There's a whole crowd that don't, right? Same thing with Sean Ross Sapp. I mean, it's just wherever they get their sources, but uh whoever is right the most of the time, then the people tends to follow that person, right? Because their stories and reports are consistent. So it's all about credibility. But yeah, so this one came from a PW Insider, right? Which notes that Fatu is assumed to be back very soon. So a good what's it called? A good news here. Yeah, and the way he was written off was he was attacked backstage, I guess presumably by Drew McIntyre. And when they saw Fatu, there was like a giant steel platform on top of him with blood coming out of his mouth. So, yeah. So I'm not sure how long he's going to be out. Maybe I would say like anywhere from like 2 weeks to like a month. But thank God it's not like an extensive, injury,
Right.
Continuing on the SmackDown trend, this is something that's been on my mind, and I'm like, oh, like I want to, pick your brain. So Cody Rhodes goes off to face Drew McIntyre, but he gets himself.
I know exactly what you're talking about this.
But he gets himself disqualified. So
in a very villainous fashion too.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, that's not like Cody to use the belt and
that's not your champ. It's not how your champ operates.
I mean, that's not. Yeah, like it was different. I mean, and then people are like, oh, this is the beginning of Homelander Cody.
Damn right that is. This is a major step forward. First, it's the champ, the people's champ, right? You do it for the fans, and now it's whatever it takes to get a W. And now it's gonna be I'm in this for me and me only. And when that happens, it's the full coronation of of Homelander Cody. It's only a matter of time. Like he even said a lot, like 6-7 months ago, he was like, yeah, we're in the back end of this situation. Like my face run's gonna end soon. And they were like, what do you mean it's gonna end soon? Oh, he's gonna break at Mania. I was like, and he didn't break at Mania. But now we're getting close to the Rumble, and the Boys season 5 starts out in 26. I haven't watched The Boys yet, but I heard the new season. I heard the show's crazy. Maybe Homelander becomes Cody Rhodes or Cody becomes Homelander, and he starts wilding out. And he does this for I don't win the belt for you guys. I do this for me and me only. And it becomes a point in time where he just we're gonna villainous heel run, and not know Stardust. We're talking some actual top of the line shit.
I mean, do you think it will get there?
To what, be Stardust?
No. I'm saying, do you think we're there already? Like, of Cody like turning his back on the fans?
No. I think it's a matter of time when we see the fans getting tired of Cody, the fighting champ, the face. We saw with Cena for a while that Cena was the man, right? And then the fans got tired of him winning, like, oh, you always win these fucking matches and blah, 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 and this, that, and third. And then he started doing this heelish, I don't want to say heelish shit, but he started doing stuff like, quote unquote, burying talent, right? They knew, like, and when he would win his matches, Super Cena was a disgusting thing in the world. It was up there with Hogan and everybody else when it came to just destroying talent and progression for anybody. Cody's not going to do that. But I think having the sign of, like, I'm tired of doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for me. And, like, that's been the truth the whole time. So you can see Cody become more selfish. Like, did he really have the squad? Could it be in Drew straight up? Yeah. But you heard how the fan base was going. The fan base was cheering a lot more Drew, a little less Cody. I mean, they want Cody for the pyro and the intro, which his entrance is one of the best in the business. That's neither here nor there. But once you can watch the matches and you realize, like, yeah, I think they want Cody to snap, and it was getting kind of Cody's, cheers were getting kind of stale, and the jeers were starting to grow. And then Cody does this heelish shit and gets us a DQ'd, and the fans go crazy. It's like, oh, you're getting the same amount of cheers when you enter the arena. Oh yeah. Now it's gonna come where it's gonna have a shit match. You're gonna do something to lose, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Oh, y'all not gonna cheer for me when I lose, just cheer for me when that's it, blah 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 blah.
I think it's gonna take something drastic for Cody to like turn back on his fans. But again, it seems like Drew McIntyre always gets the short end of the stick. I mean, it's either
somebody
gets involved or somehow, some way.
He's always getting fucked over.
He's always
he's just we're gonna put the rocket on you, and then when you're about to start them, we'll just take the rocket off your back and you just drop down to earth, or give you like half fuel or something like that. However you want to break it down. Something. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's how he wants to be. He wants to be the one that makes everybody better until it's time to make himself better.
Right.
I'm not sure, but I don't know what's up with Drew, but Cody, you're gonna see. Wait for the crowd to turn on Cody, and then you're really gonna see that, hit the corner and go crazy. I think it's gonna be pretty soon.
Okay. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe this leads to a no DQ match.
But you're still not gonna hide. You still can't hide him being a heel anymore if it's a no DQ. I think if it's a DQ match and like he's about to lose and then he does it, then I was like, all right, this is like you can't. I mean, if the face wins a no DQ match, how can you tell he's a heel? There's no heelish shit going on unless there's a major turn. Now, if there's something involved with the match where you get somebody to help you out, or you follow, you do something that ends up being heelish, like it's like the John Cena Cody thing. Right. Cody could have beat John Cena, but Cody couldn't do that one thing to win the match, and that was hit him with the belt, right? And he lost because of that. Now you find Drew. Obviously, it's not Mania, it's a lesser situation, but the same thing falls into play here. You did the heelish thing to win the match, right? You wasn't doing that before, so it's gonna trend a certain direction at some point. We'll see. I mean, I think he's gonna be a heel after Mania. But if he shows up sooner, I think by Rumble season, or probably he won't go into Mania.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it'd be. I know we mentioned it on the podcast before. It'd be interesting if once that Homelander Cody is cemented. The fact that if you run a Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns Part 3, but this time Cody as the heel, Roman as the face,
well, yeah. So we'll see what happens with this Jey Uso situation, because once Roman deals with that, he's on to his own thing.
Yeah.
So it depends. We'll see. Yeah. That's a good idea, though.
Let's go on to Monday Night Raw, in which we saw Seth Rollins, who was not present, obviously nursing the injury, stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship.
Roman
Reigns.
You can't run a franchise and always be hurt.
Yeah,
body made of glass.
Yeah, and it's so it sucks that this run is being cut short. Due to the injury he suffered against Cody Rhodes. Just what a way to again cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase against CM Punk, right, to win the title, and obviously create the vision. And
it looked good at first. It was looking really good, really promising.
Yeah, the good part is that Rollins has already undergone surgery, right? According to Adam Pearce. Now we just don't know. Again, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Like that timeline of recovery is, I don't know. It's up in the air, like you would say.
It was his shoulder, right?
Yeah, it was his shoulder. Yeah, I think it was when he I I'm not really sure. I know it was like when he did that coast to coast like headbutt, and he kind of like landed awkwardly, and that's what caused the shoulder injury.
Yeah, hardly in a coast temp.
Yeah. So you know, let me tell you one thing. Like, Braun Breaker with the World Heavyweight Championship looks like a perfect scene. It looks like
100%.
it looks like a match made in heaven. When he got out of the SUV and you saw the title on him, we were like,
good.
"Yeah, it looked good." I was like, "Yep, it needs to stay right there." But obviously, WWE management feels like his time is not there yet. But
which
it
is
will
true.
be.
It's getting there. It's just not there.
Yeah. So you know, from that, we get to this. So Jey Uso wins a battle royal, right? So for the number one contender. So Adam Pearce announced that the actual number one contender, which was CM Punk, obviously he needed an opponent. So he called in for or announced a battle royal in which Jey Uso, eliminated, ended up eliminating his brother, ended up eliminating LA Knight, and ended up eliminating. Oh, who's the final guy?
Well, Bronson. Well, Breaker and Reed were both in it, and they both got taken out. So that took away the idea of them.
What, Reed and Breaker?
Yeah, they came out. It was like the last. I think it was like 8 people left.
No, they weren't even in the match.
No, they weren't. Oh no, that's right, they weren't because Heyman wanted them in.
Yeah,
they tried to get him to the match and it wasn't going to work out. I remember. Okay,
yeah, right. Yeah. So,
so before we get to Jay, did you think that LA Knight was going to win this? Because I thought.
No. To be honest with you, I thought it was one of the Usos. LA Knight is in that McIntyre territory where like he gets the short end of the stick as well.
He gets shot up in the space. All right, see you. You're done.
Yeah, and obviously they did this with a purpose. I mean, they went with two guys, whose popularity is super over with fans, right? And I know the fans are starting to eye roll Jey Uso. Well, again, that's the whole purpose of it, because the fans are starting to turn against Jey Uso based on Jey Uso's latest actions, right? So, I think the people are starting to choose Jimmy as.
I think that's what WWE wants.
Yeah, I think that's the long-term plan. I mean, I feel like. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think CM Punk will defeat Jey Uso. I feel like this will kind of like break Jey Uso and send him over the top. Now, I'm curious to see how it all unfolds. The fact that Jimmy. All right, listen. Jimmy did say, "Oh, everybody for themselves," and blah blah blah. But then Jimmy ended up protecting Jey throughout the whole battle royal, saving him a numerous amount of times. So that one time where Jimmy needed saving from an elimination, Jey Uso was like, "Nope, you out too." So, Jimmy can't be all that mad, but he did spend the vast majority of the match protecting Jey Uso. So now Jey Uso won the battle royal to earn his spot, and
all to lose to my guy CM Punk.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think a CM Punk victory at Saturday night's main event is the safer option. I feel like the crowd exploded when he won at SummerSlam, but again, we didn't get a taste of a full championship.
Will Paul Pierce say that one time? Don't say it, but that's what the fan base is feeling.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's deserving.
It is deserving, but I don't know. I don't know if I would like. I would have crowned a new champion at Saturday night's main event. I think
Right.
I probably would have waited till like Survivor Series, but I mean, since everything with WWE right now, it's about ratings. Um, I don't know. I think the simple decision here would be for CM Punk to beat Jey Uso. I think it just opens up a realm of possibilities of new feuds for CM Punk. Whether it's LA Knight, whether it's continue a feud with Jey Uso, whether it's a returning Gunther, I just think it would just make more sense. Now with Jey Uso, yeah, sure, you can have him as world champion, but I think it's limited to an extent
Right.
because it's going to be him, Roman, Jimmy. I think it's going to be like that. But I think I'm all for like the whole storyline of like Jey Uso kind of like being this like hungry challenger, kind of like Roman 2.0. So it works out.
Understandable. And for my man CM Punk, how if I say when, you're probably thinking, yeah, but we'll go with if in the situation. So if he does in fact win, I say when, if he does in fact win, where do you see the bus stop for him? Does he get to the Rumble with the belt? Does he get to the Chamber? Does he get past Mania? Does he get to Mania? Past Mania? Does he get the SummerSlam? Based on
I'm gonna say
where,
Mania. I'm gonna say Mania and early. I might listen, depending on how I see how his like title run is. I said a couple of months ago that my early favorite to win the Rumble was Sami Zayn. Depending on how it goes with CM Punk, that may change and it could be Braun Breaker. And if it is Braun Breaker at the Rumble, if Braun Breaker wins the Rumble, then CM Punk is holding on to the championship.
So
Or
so Zayn wins, then what would happen?
Well, with Sami Zayn, it's like I don't know, because all right, they had this storyline in place where he was after world championships, and then they put the US strap on him, and I was just like, all right, so he's not going after the big championship no more. Like I don't know, that kind of like threw me off. But again, I think we have to see what happens next or going forward, because it's like, all right, there's a lot of factors. All right, Seth's injury and Seth's return, right? Gunther, like, where do we leave him? So it's a lot of moving pieces, but all I know is that a loss here by Jey Uso, right? It just opens up a lot, right? He has been teasing a heel turn, right? He could become power hungry and pursue being the tribal chief, right? Again, and if he does that, again, that just opens up another realm of possibilities when it comes to this bloodline story.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So speaking on new championships, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles become the new World Tag Team Champions.
This was not part of my bingo card, but you know what? Whatever AJ feels like it should be done, he gets it done.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm all for this. I love the fact that Dragon Lee finally has gold. I'm happy that AJ Styles once again has gold. I'll be honest with you, I don't think that it's going to be a long title run. I think this is just obviously like a feel good moment for them and the crowd. To be honest with you, I think the next challengers or the next champions are going to be Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna eventually challenge AJ Styles and Dragon Lee and defeat them. So because with Braun Breaker just willingly giving the World Heavyweight Championship, I was just like, all right, maybe they would build around Braun Breaker being this main event guy, but it seems like they're gonna build towards Reed and Breakker as a tag team first.
Mm-hmm.
So what a better way than to defeat the newly crowned AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. So, but yeah, everything like this match was simply amazing. I hope we get more title defenses because Finn Balor and JD McDonough were champions for over 100 days with one title defense.
Yeah, they were garbage.
Yeah. So, and you know, again, I'm interested to see the development, right, of the Judgment Day because this match was created after an accidental suggestion from Dominic Mysterio. So, what happens with Finn Balor? What happens with Dom? More stuff to come.
Here's a side note for you as well. The whole idea of Judgment Day being done, this is another step forward. I have a feeling Liv Morgan's gonna be back by Rumble season, and that I think you'll see the end of Judgment Day in that notion.
I'll probably one up you. I think Liv Morgan will probably win the Royal Rumble.
You think so? I'm all for that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think when Liv comes back, you're gonna see you'll see the match we all want to see, which is Liv versus Roxanne, and then you'll see that really fall apart. And whoever wins will just go with Dom and just
I mean we've seen like bits and pieces, right? I mean not too much to our liking of like Roxanne like probably putting the moves on Dom, but it hasn't been a lot. There's been subtle moments, but who knows? I mean, I think that's gonna happen sooner than later. I know we mentioned this last week, but I kind of want to like double down again, and that's Maxine Dupree's stock, right? The way that she's been improving week in, week out.
I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Do you believe in her the way you believed in Chelsea Green?
I think with Chelsea Green, she was already established, right? And her persona just like took it to another level, right? I think with Maxine Dupree, her in-ring skills were raw, and the whole thing with everything that was surrounding her was kind of bland, right? But last week it just raised a lot of eyebrows, and then this week is just like, okay, maybe we can do something here. And
this is not one match. This is back to back.
Yeah,
against a very, I want to say notable, against a top tier opponent.
Yeah, and obviously that's the beauty of Becky Lynch because she'll make anybody look good. But I think her in-ring skills are like improving so much. Just last week, she got the count out, right? This week she got a no DQ, but still a win is a win. So she has back-to-back wins over the IC champion Becky Lynch. So I'm not sure if they're gonna pull the trigger and put the strap on her, but I think it's just really, really nice to see her development. Like her in-ring skills has improved tremendously. And again, like the way she's been countering, right? And I don't know. I think I don't know. All right, I don't know if I would put the strap on her yet. I think we need to see a little bit more.
To the fucking moon.
Yeah, but the fact is, you can tell that she's been training and that she's been getting a lot better. So, this really is a shout out to her. So, keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, and I mean, you've always said it too. You were like, it's not about how many wins you get. It's who you defeat in those wins.
Yeah.
Like if you fight 10 times a year, but 7 of those fights are wins and 5 of those are against the 5 best wrestlers in the business, that says a lot about you. That says a lot of where you're being put and where you're being set And on the flip side of that, if you're on all the time and you're being featured on TV as often as you are, then it's a plus. I think Maxine Dupree has I think she has a bright future in her. I think
Yeah.
that the way that the business is moving is going to be a lot of short-term viewings. So if she gets this, 30 minutes of fame and she makes the best of it, then you're going to see her come back in like 6-8 months and really have an opportunity and have a consistent, programming for her going forward. So hopefully it works out. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, last week she raised the eyebrows, and then I think a lot of people tuned into this week to see if she can repeat that performance, and it was on its way, So I kind of want to see another match between Dupree and Lynch just to kind of like see, all right, she's becoming a legit player in that women's division.
Right.
All right, some quick NXT news. So, which was weird and unusual, but Zarya is set to replace Sol Ruka for Halloween Havoc. So if you don't know, Sol Ruka was set to defend her North American Championship against Blake Monroe. And she suffered what was an injury last week on Friday Night SmackDown in the tag team match against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So Zarya, Sol Ruka says that she's not cleared to compete, but Zarya, kind of like counter with a proposal, right, saying that she would take Sol Ruka's place, and General Manager Ava thought it was a good idea. So now we're gonna get Zarya versus Blake Monroe, and I don't know where this is gonna go. I think this is where Zarya loses, and Blake Monroe becomes North American champion, and
as deservingly so. By
yes, very, very deservingly so. And you know what? I love Zarya. I think Zarya needs to break away from Sol Ruka so we can unlock that true potential of Zarya, and it's on its way because Zarya and Sol Ruka have been teasing a breakup for weeks now. Yeah, I'm a big Zarya fan, and but I think a win for Blake Monroe is what's needs to happen here to further again add to that breakup between Zaruka.
Mm-hmm.
And then real quick, the Broken Hardys have woken again.
Were they always woke, or were they just broken for Are they always broken, or they always woke? Or they just pick and choose? We're woke.
I think they just pick and choose.
Yeah.
They pick and choose, and so this past episode of NXT, we saw Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy enter the Lake of Reincarnation, right? To confront Dark State. So now, Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero will fight Dark State in a broken rules match at Halloween Havoc. So again, no DQs, no false count anywhere, and I'm really excited because I love these broken rules match. One thing that I wish it would have happened is how Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, they have that broken universe that match
kind of thing.
Yeah, that match in the Hardy compound. Mm-hmm. I wish it was one of those theatrical,
cinematic matches.
Yeah, cinematic matches.
Those are great.
But yeah, love. I think this is kind of also a farewell to the characters, because yes, it is Halloween season, so it makes sense to bring those characters back during this time. But I feel like the Hardys are here for one final run.
Mm-hmm.
And bringing those characters back, I think it's just a good setup. So I wonder who's going to get involved. I mean, yes, they're still outmanned, 4-2, but yeah, I'm definitely tuning into Halloween Havoc to see how.
Did you see across social media about how This is before they're on NXT now. How some fans were very unhappy because they thought that it was over after the Dudley match, and they're like, why are the Hardys retiring on TNA? It's absolutely criminal. They have to go to a bigger they have to go to a bigger market to go and showcase their talent before they retire. So someone goes, bigger market, and it was parentheses, and it was an asterisk like AEW, and they closed it. Someone goes, I hope Tony Khan doesn't ever touch the Hardy legacy ever again, and like emphasis, like all caps, ever again. I was like,
I mean, yeah, he fumbled that.
Yeah,
he fumbled it. And not to go off topic, but I think even like according to Devon himself, I think he said in the latest interview that he had 3 conversations with Tony Khan, like 3 separate conversations, and it just didn't amount to anything. So
it is what it is. I mean, them being, as long as they're being featured on, on big events, that's all that matters. If the Hardys returned to AEW, I would have been so happy because they at least got like a hurrah that they would have gotten, which they did. They got a nice, enjoyable run before,
I think they should have, they should have claimed gold there, but again, they just weren't, they weren't booked properly.
Arguably,
I'm not saying push them to the moon, but
arguably the greatest tag team of all time couldn't get belts in your own company.
Yeah,
they had a lot of great matches, but no belt, no goals. Like, what's the point of having all of that? You're being Jey Uso. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
They had their big match on TNA, well deserved, great match, and now they're on NXT. They might be on. Maybe it's the Hardys versus.
Again, it's just all these dream matches, with the whole partnership between TNA and WWE. It's like,
I know they're timing a little bit, but they need to be on every time you can put a PLE on. You got to have the Hardys on. Just I don't care if you got to force feed it. Just push that entire thing through.
All right, so let's go to some AEW news. News coming from WrestleDream, right? And that's all right. Let's go with a shocking one, right? And that's Samoa Joe once again becoming a threat.
It's not a shock. That's a statement. My man is healthy, and I hope he gets gold. If he does it, I'm gonna be sick.
So, as you know, Adam Hangman Page had a one-on-one match with Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship, in which Adam Hangman Page prevailed, right? And post-match, what was a nice little celebration for Adam Hangman Page and a sign of respect from Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe attacks Adam Hangman Page, and to make matters worse, Shibata and Powerhouse, also known as the Ops, also join in. So all 3,
such a terrible name, the Ops.
all 3, they basically blindside Adam Page, and then it finishes with Joe hitting the Muscle Buster on the AEW World Champion. So I like it. I think again it was shocking. To have one person turn heel, that's fine, but then the whole group, like I think nobody had the Ops. I think nobody expected the Ops to like turn heel. All members.
Ops, the opposition. Just don't say the Ops. The Ops.
Nah, they're the Ops.
Anyway, it's just it's good for them. It's good to see Samoa Joe getting more airtime. He's healthy. Let him do him. Let him be, a cornerstone piece that he came in to be in the first place. And how he faded out due to situational things, and then now he's back in the picture now. But I think Hangman Page kind of needed a fresh look, so him and his faction can now go do that kind of thing, and then go forward from there.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens in about 3 weeks.
Yep. Another thing that kind of raised some eyebrows is
Mercedes Moné's 15th belt.
No, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. But is the Elite set to reunite now? I know
they never parted.
Well, I mean, it's been a complicated situation. So they had so the Young Bucks had a match with Jurassic Express, in which Jurassic Express, beat them, right? Mm-hmm. And then after the match, Jurassic Express, extended their hand and even offered, money to the Young Bucks as a show of respect for such a great match, right? But then the Don Callis family attacked Jurassic Express, and the Young Bucks, they look puzzled, they look confused, and they're like what's going on, right? So as they're leaving the ring, Kenny Omega arrives, right? And he even asked the Young Bucks to step up and help them, in which, I think for a moment there, Matt and Nick Jackson thought about it, but they didn't proceed with it, right? So my thing is, like, I think we're in store for the Young Bucks becoming baby faces soon. Okay. And finally reuniting with Kenny Omega to reform the Elite to kind of like fight off the Don Callis family. So I think that's going to be the matchup or the feud going forward: the Don Callis family versus the Elite.
Okay, I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to that too. Like I can't wait. I mean, I think this would be a feud. I mean, listen, there's no doubting AEW matches. It's just sometimes with this story, but I'm liking where this story is heading. Now, you know what story I don't like? This Ultimo Monet.
Ultimate Money. This has to stop.
So after breaking the record, after breaking Ultimo Dragon's record, she wins a 12th title. I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't.
Like I said last week, and I'll keep on saying it. When does she start losing the belts? When does she stop winning? And she goes for, well, I'll call it belt 15.
And not only that, she's about to feud against Chris Statlander. So
if she wins that belt, I'm telling you now, if she wins that belt, and you see her have every women's belt in AEW, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close. I'm going to do this. And you'll never hear from me ever again. As long as we talk about AEW. Because this is ridiculous. It's getting annoying. It was cool at first. It was a funny jab. They called him Mercedes Hogan, Hulk Monet. Like, that was cool. And now you have belt 7, belt 9. Belt 11.
And you know what? I think the number could get to 14 or 15. I mean,
I said 15. I said 15 before. I truly believe she's going to get to 15.
She's set to face AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander, right, at Full Gear. She's set.
The end of November, right?
She's set to team, I think, with oh my god. With Athena for the tag team championship. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you can't have one woman running with all the championships. I mean,
she's not even on TV fighting like that.
But it's a lot of people would compare it. It's like, oh, you're criticizing Monet, but what about Roman, where he was champion for like 5 years?
One belt. She's about to have 13 belts. 2 belts. She's about to have 13. And in about a month, she'll have 14 belts. Listen, that her losing every belt, whatever she peaks at. Well, I'm gonna say 15. You say 14, could be more. If she gets to 15 belts, how long has it taken her? It's about to be a year. A year, 2 years? She's had the belt for?
Well, I mean, the TBS championship she's had for a while. She's about to, I think, break Jade's record. But all these other, championships from different independent, wrestling companies, it's like, all right, like
she has to start losing these belts. And when that happens, it could be from like February 26th all the way to December of 26. But in that time frame, her losing those belts is going to be the number. I hope that's what she's thinking. That's what Tony Khan's thinking and what she's thinking. Her losing all those belts and bringing those independent shows on AEW, and she losing those belts on we'll call it national TV, will be the greatest thing in wrestling history. Is watching the downfall of 15 belts. Imagine, so you're sitting there and you watch someone else with 15 belts. They're about to get to 16, and she's walking down the ring.
Nah, that's OD.
16 belts, 15 belts. She's gonna get.
That's crazy.
Belts. And the more she shows up, 14, 13, 12, and she's just dropping belts like flies. That match where it could be for whatever it is. It could be for the AEW World Championship. And and that match is going to be the number one watched match of the year. Just to see all the haters watch her downfall be complete, and she loses all those belts. Because there's no reason. I ask you, what's the purpose of having 15?
I think once she loses one, she'll start losing all of them.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like a domino. It's gonna be an exact domino. So
yeah, but wouldn't that be like epic to watch? As quote unquote epic to see one person win so many belts. What does everybody want from a champion? What's that line from fucking Green Goblin? They want to see a hero succeed or a villain succeed or a hero fail. Living up to be that. That's going to be Mercedes Moné. She can have all the belts and yeah, I'm the hero. Meanwhile, she's the number one villain in wrestling. And when she finally loses, and she starts losing all those belts, she'll be praised more than any wrestler in the world at that point. A hero.
The quote was, the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail.
There you go. That's who Mercedes Moné is.
But she's not no hero. She is not no hero. Now
you know what? You go hit her right now and tell her that.
No,
you're no hero. You're a phony.
now you tell me. All right. So now you tell me like a hero in that. In AEW, and since I'm not gonna pick a man, I'm gonna pick a woman. Think of people like Toni Storm. Like, boom, she's carried that division on her back. Backpack, boom. But so, I don't know. I think of Mercedes Moné. It's because of her name. And listen, she's one of the top talents, top 3 in AEW.
Talents all together.
No, in AEW.
Okay.
But it's like, oh, she's been gifted. Like, if she gets like Chris Stanlander's championship, I think lose all hope for creativity, because Chris deserves this run. And if it's cut short just to give it to Mercedes, it's like, come on, bro.
You just throwing away all that work to build Tony.
That's just
and then build Statlander will now be gone for good. There's no point in hero building anymore or star building. Yeah, because you're going to pass off to this girl.
Let's talk about real quick the passing of the torch that happened, right? And that's Sting to Darby Allin. I mean, I think that was
old man Sting.
I think it's new.
Elder Sting with the grave coming down and all that.
Yeah, I think it's something new. I think it's something that refreshing. I think we all expected Sting to show up at WrestleDream. I mean, there's no way that that Darby Allin was gonna face Jon Moxley, right, by himself, right? And the Death Riders, right? So once you saw Sting, and then obviously Sting gave the bat to Darby, and not only that, Darby won with the Scorpion Deathlock. I think it's like, all right, yeah, we found our modern Sting, right? And the only difference is that Darby is just more of a daredevil. But I think it was just a good moment between master and protege, And I think
Young
that
grasshopper.
yeah, exactly. So it's like you know, um, Darby now is the guy. And just the fact that he was waving the AEW flag and was able to conquer John Moxley and the Death Riders. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought the match was going to be more gory. I thought it was going to be more bloody, because of the type of matches Moxley and Darby Allin tend to have. But the fact that we saw like Moxley trying to mess up Darby's fingernails, right? And even trying to drown Darby in a fish tank. Like, yeah, those are new, but something that we haven't seen in wrestling, right? But I think when it was the I Quit match was announced, I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, like they're about to like they're going to kill each other." Yeah, they're going to kill each other, and I think a lot of people thought it fell short. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was the type of match that AEW needed. Could it used a little bit more? I'm sure, but anytime that there's a Darby match, something crazy is going to happen. So you pair up two crazies, and yeah. But it was good to see Sting back, old man Sting, and just kind of like kind of give him that last like, all right, you've done it, now it's yours to take.
Right. Paying homage.
Yep. And
is it homage, homage? I don't know how you say that.
What?
Paying homage?
Homage? Yeah, homage.
Homage. That sounds nicer. Homage.
Now, to close off the episode, for our viewers and for you, I kind of want to ask you a question because,
I kind of want to give you an answer.
Yeah. Well, you're about to get so. Kurt Angle was recently on Ariel Helwani's podcast, right?
Very good podcast, by the way.
Yes. And he mentioned that his TNA career was better than his WWE run.
We spoke on this weeks ago.
So my question,
correct saying that.
So my question is, did Kurt Angle have a better career in TNA or WWE?
We've spoken on this. His run might be one of the greatest runs a star's ever had in history.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think in terms of career, I think, yes, Kurt Angle had a better career in TNA. Now, I think, and it's not the same, I think Kurt had memorable moments in WWE. And I don't know if it's because, during that time, WWE, obviously the big dog, the bigger platform. But yeah, I thought, Kurt's career in TNA was so much better. I think in-ring wise as well in TNA than WWE. I mean, yes, the memorable moments with Austin, with Rock, with anything you could think of. Yes, I think the memorable moments were in WWE, but in terms of better all-time career, it's in TNA.
He was there for 2 years.
Who?
Kurt Angle's early on when he first showed it was 2 years when he was the Angle Alliance. All right, that was 06 to 08. Then he was the main event Mafia. Then he had very few going forward. I think that's where 09, 10, 11. I think that's where he really took off as being, being a truly elite wrestler in the world, not just like in TNA or WWE or WWF, how you want to go about it. And then when you started doing the Immortal Stable with Sting, and then going back,
he was in TNA for 10 years.
Yeah, and you saw him really start to become something like year 3 when he really became his own and was just like this like reckless abandon. And they saw the matches after a certain while, and things became what they were, obviously with his health issues and the drug problems and stuff like that. But listen, the running, I mean, I get it now. Like he doesn't want people to talk about it, but Perk Angle was a real thing, and Perk Angle wasn't going to be
Pound. I think pound for pound. I would go far to say that he's probably the best technical wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him. He's kind of.
I mean, I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you're crazy. It's Bret Hart." Something about Kurt Angle. It was just like his moves were so crisp and precise, and
as good as Bret Hart was, Kurt was a Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Who won with a
how more technical neck. Can you be with a broken fucking neck, not freaking neck, a broken fucking neck, and he did that and won gold.
Yeah,
and he has what 10,000 moves of doom he has. Bret Hart was great. No knocking Bret Hart, but Bret Hart wasn't sniffing skill set wise what Kurt could do. The closest we've had, I mean, he's forbidden, but Chris Benoit was great. Eddie Guerrero was great. You had a lot of guys come and go that were really fucking good. But then the closest we had is like Daniel Bryan. And even Daniel Bryan wasn't sniffing prime Kurt Angle. Like how many more technical wrestlers can you have in the business and say, okay, are you better? Are you wherever you label at? Are you better than this person? Can you go above this level? And nobody's touched TNA Kurt Angle in the longest.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just think like prime Kurt Angle. Yeah, I have him over Daniel Bryan. I have him over Brett. Owen.
Brett, Owen, Benoit, Guerrero, Bryan. Pick anybody you want. Put Samoa Joe. Put anybody from a technical perspective.
Yeah.
And Kurt's not losing those matches. Put him in a gauntlet. He's not losing. He's just not. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. But I think Vince once you realize how much you broke out in TNA, you realize that Vince really handcuffed them for years. And I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't believe that. And then the older I've gotten, and the more we've spoken about things, the more you watch old matches. And shout out to the network when they put the WWE Network out, and we were watching all those old matches. And you look back and look at Kurt when Kurt was finishing out in WWE, and you're watching his old matches now. It's like, yo, there's a conversation that needs to be had on how good this fucker really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
In reality, there's a real conversation to be had. I think he doesn't get the love that he truly deserves, and I say deserves because he's still alive, God willing. But yeah, he's not. This isn't an Owen Hart thing. You look back, Owen's really fucking good. You look at Benoit, look at Guerrero. Guerrero got so much more love years after he passed, and he didn't get that when he was currently wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's I don't want to do that to him the way the fans did to Eddie Guerrero and didn't give him his flowers when he deserved it. And Kurt deserves his flowers. Kurt was an incredible talent and elite wrestler in all aspects of the business. Becomes the mic, matches, moments.
It's just it's crazy. His speed and athleticism were on another level. And especially during those TNA days, it's just baffling because of the type of matches he would have.
He was moving 500-pound wrestlers and outstanding, and he was moving faster than Rey Mysterio, but can go go head to head versus Kane and Big Show and Taker and all those heavyweights. Yeah, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was just peak. He was just peaking, and I think TNA cemented him from a fan base that this guy's a fucking him and Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy too. When Jeff Hardy had his singles run and came back, and he finally won that World Heavyweight WWE Championship, coming back to the business is now you look back at this guy was really the greatest thing in the world for a small segment of time. And I think Kurt Angle had that in TNA for the longest. I don't think he had that kind of pull like he did in TNA, like he would in WWE.
Yeah.
Or like he would in TNA, like he would have in WWE, I should say.
Yep.
This is great. So, Kurt, shout out to you, man. If you see this, you the man. And TNA, you did a lot for the business. Is he the greatest wrestler in TNA history?
No.
The Styles?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to throw that in. Hold on a second. We thought this.
Hands down. Styles was Mr. TNA. There's no.
Was Kurt a close second, a moderate second? Is there a big gap?
Oh, and real quick, I said I had Angle over Hart. Is this controversial?
What you got?
We didn't name Chris Benoit.
I said Benoit.
Oh, you said Benoit? Yeah.
Benoit
and Angle were like right there.
Bro, it's so tough. I know he's forbidden. I
definitely have Benoit over Hart. I have Angle over Hart. I think Hart could be like third. But
so greatest talent wrestle, Kurt's clear cut 1. Is Benoit 2?
Who?
Is Benoit number 2?
No, I don't know. It's like 1A, 1B. I may have Benoit over Kurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Tough. I got Kurt 1.
I mean,
if Kurt's a 10,
we're talking about in ring. Yeah, Benoit.
Yeah, Kurt's a 10. There, yeah. Benoit's like a 9-8, and then I got Brett like a 9-6, and then I got Eddie like a 9-5, and Daniel Bryan's like a 9.3, 9.2.
Yeah, I mean, and there was obviously there were others, but I think top 5, Benoit, Hart, Angle, Eddie, and
Bryan Danielson.
You're right. I mean, there were others like Kurt Hennig, Regal, Malenko, Jericho.
Regal was great. Malenko was very underappreciated.
Yeah,
Jericho's always been good. I think Jericho's the one that survives the times. He's another one. When he retires, he'll get his flowers immediately.
Yeah, I
think people want to realize that. But until then, Oh, speaking of Jericho. Yo, what are you doing in the middle of November? You wanna go to Jericho's wrestling boat cruise?
cruise.
I'm just saying.
Which, by the way, has no AEW wrestlers on it for the first time since he's launched it.
What does that tell you?
Speculating rumors on the WWE return.
He's out.
But again, that's all, like we just said, speculation.
Allegations. False allegations. All right, man. Full about to start. That'll do it for us on this episode of the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in and week out. Showing love. Check us out. If you need to check the audio, first off, see that link tree on the bottom? It's just going that way. Yeah. Check out the link tree. We have YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. We're live everywhere. That's for the videos. If you don't have the audios, then you can check us on every place you can do podcasting from, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you name it, we're on it. All your updates, check us on Facebook, check us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere that you get your social media from, we are on it. So from Solar and I to you guys, take care, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.
Toodles.